Is this the place?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. We used to always... I was actually adopted by the people. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively.
Alone?
Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden. Really? You know exactly how I feel? Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well... I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both. A family member I could rely on, and a friend no matter what came. He was so thoughtful, and ever since he disappeared... No, none of those things matters now.
Wow. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they... Look at me. The last time I talked this... come to think of it, every time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the...
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, look at those hilly the Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this? Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to... Windblade!
Dodge this! Cool it! Don't get frostbite. Freeze. Dodge this.
No one escapes my sight! Go, go, Baron Bunny! Hey! Ouch! Meanie! As a good knight should. I must leave no stone unturned. No escape! Windblade! Prepare to be blown away!
You'll be frozen in time. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Windblade!
Be gone!
Not so hard! Let it rain. Get him!
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
Now that they seem
Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Wait a second. The person... It's Dainsleif!
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back.
Yep, see you later. Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or...
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose? No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how... And you shall have... Don't worry. So that was someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, it appears all we have by way of—
Right! That mysterious voice she heard in her brother's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you? I sense hesitation. There's still hope for the sinner you wish to know about. His situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also—
Your brother?
There were 5 of them. The wise Roptatyr, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertalogi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter and the one we just learned about, Dane's...
They were once people of great esteem in Canria, those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. Yet, so they became sinners. And when the cataclysm occurred, indeed, if they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world. Of course.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to invest. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from—
Oh, Paimon!
Indeed. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, my recent investigation—
Wait,
It's certainly possible.
well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try and Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
This is such a great place for a vacation. Let me just take a few more days off.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there. Memories.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird
No, it wasn't a dream. And I'm certain I've never met this person before. I remember handing him the eye of the first.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the...
Indeed. And it...
Wait then. But why would he do something like...
Whatever the abyss...
What sort of
that their goal is I am the only person who knows your concerns are not... However, considering their... Come with me.
Oh, so you're going to...
Of course.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up! No one escapes my...
Leave it all to me.
Don't get frostbite.
That's cheating!
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
You can't keep up with me. Let it rain. Prepare to be blown away.
As a dutiful maid would.
Freeze! Dodge this! Oh, so sorry. Freeze!
Be gone! No one escapes my sight!
Steady as stone, as a good knight should.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism. The door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
I'll catch up. Huh. Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance. Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! I must leave no stone unturned. Huh? Prepare to be blown away! Windblade! Windblade!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Let it rain! As a dutiful maid would.
Desolation! Taste and see! Let the frost fly!
Leave it all to me.
Desolation! Conquers all! Foolish mortals! All shall succumb! Freeze and devour!
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see...
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel...
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place. The Abyss Order is put... Just think of it as a way to I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety, and that of the Eye. That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on. Hey, look at those hilly trails. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the new world, at last, they no longer needed to dwell on. Such was the.
Did you hear that? It sounded... Oh, this is weird. Looks like the same thing is happening over here.
You see, we've reclaimed. Release your.
over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered, softly. Sleep well when you...
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the Hilichurls have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss orders...
The Abyss? Thank you for...
Well, that's good. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues...
Hmm?
Huh? Well, you know, that's kind of the whole reason...
Ah, at least...
But how is that... Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again? You're right.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? He's around 20 years old, and you said he...
Oh, I know.
Really?
There aren't many young people. Then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But Why'd you say he's gone missing? Yeah, I just saw...
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? If this person...
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the leyline disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all. Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is. Good idea! That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
If time was allowed to...
No wonder! All this time and the sky isn't place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
The color of the sky. Dainslev had memories and... No. We thought Chief Amadea... No. That...
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Oh, come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory. Yeah, that's where they'll be.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Oh, right! This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet!
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Dane's brother. What? No. Born into abject...
You're...
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk. I suppose you could call it the realm of my... it's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived. Extreme sorrow and pain. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, but in truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant. As for your question, in its primitive form, once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the but it also becomes a tool that can change. Yes, I have the ability to control after all. That. I just wanted them to feel like as if... Why would I do something? But I had to know what it would be like if I had my Chief Amadia, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me. I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No, exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own. That's right, because in his... Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
Hmm?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him given the tense situation. I'm sorry, I promise I'm not... Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. In the face of everything, in any case. You remember my father, don't you? After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple, to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us. I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile. All that's left of my... But now...
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even the Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes. For 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes? Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the heavenly principles situation. However, you could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded, even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one. Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they did. Oh, and Dane came by he didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on... Let's think for a sec. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that... Wait. Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep.
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. It's just that, well, so there we were, searching. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents, and after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. Paimon didn't see her in the...
Oh, it's you two. I was part of the search part. Honestly, he always seemed to... If Curry Bear wants... I relied on him for a lot of things. Okay, I was dumb. Otherwise, why would he just leave? You don't need... It's just like Curry Bear said. And, you know... Anyway,
Well, that's... Oh, right! A pic? Ma da 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 da.
the ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
Though our homeland, stay strong. One day, I will deliver you to the place I promised.
Morning, Traveler! Did you have a nightmare last night? Paimon could hear you tossing and turning in your sleep. Maybe you're just nervous for the final battle?